aircraft carrier is an important aspect of any country's defense and deployment. Some people believe that aircraft carriers serve only as large vessels to transport missiles and explosives, when in fact, an aircraft carrier is more than just a large warship outfitted for combat. In reality, it serves as a source of national pride, fostering patriotism and enhancing national security. As of December of this year, 14 navies across the world were operating 45 active carriers. The United States Navy is at the top of the list with around 11 massive nuclear-powered fleet carriers. Both the United Kingdom and China have 2 aircraft carriers. France, India, and Russia each have a single aircraft carrier with a capacity of 30 to 60 fighter jets. And now we will walk down the list of the 10 best aircraft carriers in the world. Chakri Narrowbet is number 10 on the list. The HTMS Chakri Narrowbet was built for the Royal Thai Navy by Spanish shipbuilders Izar. It was completed in 1997. It is the first aircraft carrier to be operated by a Southeast Asian country. The ship is outfitted with 6 multi-mission Sikorsky S-70B Seahawk helicopters geared for anti-submarine operations, 6 ex-Spanish Matador AV-8S Harrier short takeoff vertical landing STOVL aircraft augment these. It can handle 5 simultaneous helicopter takeoffs and landings. The hangar can house 10 medium helicopters or Harrier-sized aircraft. The maximum speed of the carrier is 26 knots, with a cruising speed of 16 knots. At 12 knots, the range is predicted to be 10,000 nautical miles. The Chakri Narrowbet performs few operational missions, and when it does, it is mainly to transport members of the Thai royal family. As a result, the vessel should be viewed less as a VSTOL naval warfare-capable carrier and more as the costliest royal yacht afloat. Number 9. Cavour. Cavour is a light aircraft carrier. She underwent sea testing in December 2006 and was formally commissioned on March 27, 2008. On June 10, 2009, full operational capability (FOC) was achieved. It is now the Italian Navy's new flagship. The ship is intended to integrate fixed-wing VSTOL and helicopter air operations, command and control missions, and the transportation of military or civilian troops and large vehicles. Recently, the Italian Navy Task Group, led by the Cavour aircraft carrier, successfully conducted the first joint flight activities with Italian Air Force and Navy F-35B STOVL aircraft, alongside the UK Royal Navy Carrier Strike Group 21, CSG-21, centered on the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier, with cross-deck operations involving Italian and US Marine Corps aircraft. The ship has a typical full load displacement of 27,100 tons, an overall length of 244 meters, and a sustained speed of 27 knots. The carrier is equipped with 2 silver 8-cell vertical launch systems for the Eurosam SAM-IT missile system, which shoots Aster-15 missiles. The SAM-IT system's first ship-launched missile fire occurred in December 2002. It is armed with 2 76mm Otto Melara super-fast cannons and 3 25mm anti-aircraft guns. The runway on the ship is 180 meters by 14 meters with a 12-degree ski jump. The ship's operating versatility is one of its strongest points. It can perform aircraft carrier operations as well as transport wheeled and tracked vehicles for both military and civil missions. For naval missions, the aircraft hangar can house 100 light vehicles or 24 main battle tanks. This small aircraft carrier employs EH-101, NH-90, and SH-3D helicopters for utility, anti-submarine warfare, and airborne observation missions. This light aircraft carrier is capable of amphibious attack. Its airplane hangar can transport major battle tanks. Number 8. Charles de Gaulle. The Charles de Gaulle is a nuclear-powered battleship that is relatively new. It's the French Navy's flagship. It was completed in 2001. The ship is the 10th French aircraft carrier, the first nuclear-powered surface vessel built in France, and the first nuclear-powered carrier built outside of the United States Navy. Charles de Gaulle, a French leader and commander, inspired her name. The ship has a 780 by 103 by 27.8 foot construction and a total displacement of 42,500 tons. The aircraft carrier can travel at a maximum speed of 27 knots and is powered by two K-17 reactors. Its design was inspired by the requirement for a battleship to be versatile and stealthy. The ship is known for its versatility as it can perform both attacking and transporting missions. Number 7. Vikramaditya. At the moment, India has two aircraft carriers, the largest of which the INS Vikramaditya. Vikramaditya is the Indian Navy's flagship and a modernized Kiev-class aircraft carrier that entered service in 2013. Originally named Baku and commissioned in 1987, the carrier served with the Soviet Navy and then the Russian Navy as the Admiral Gorshkov before being decommissioned in 1996. It was too expensive for the Russian Navy to operate these aircraft cruisers on a post-Cold War budget. One of the ships was eventually sold to India. A deal for the sale of this ship to India was struck with Russia in 2004. In 2014, it was commissioned into service with the Indian Navy. It will take the place of the decommissioned Virat aircraft carrier. INS Vikramaditya is outfitted with 234 new hull pieces made of 2,500 tons of steel. It has a total length of 284 meters, a height of about 60 meters, and a mass of 44,500 tons. It can transport over 1,600 people, including the crew. The INS Vikramaditya lost some offensive heavy weapons carried at the bow by Admiral Gorshkov. It is currently armed with short-range air defense weapons. However, the aircraft carrier can be armed with a variety of weapons, such as anti-ship missiles, beyond visual range air-to-air missiles, guided bombs, and rockets. Number 6. USS America. This is a U.S. Navy amphibious assault ship. She came into service in the spring of 2014, succeeding Peleliu of the Tarawa class. The concept is based on the USS Mecha Island, which is an enhanced variant of the Wasp-class amphibious assault ship. Mecha Island serves as the foundation for around 45% of the Flight Zero concept, with the good deck removed to provide a place for planes and aviation fuel. She is as huge as many other countries' aircraft carriers, with a displacement of 45,000 tons, and can perform similar operations when outfitted with 20 F-35B attack jets. Her mission is to serve as a flagship of an expeditionary strike group or amphibious-ready group, transporting a portion of a Marine expeditionary unit into battle and landing them with helicopters and V-22 Osprey tilt-rotor aircraft, backed up by F-35B Lightning II aircraft and helicopter gunships. Number 5. Shandong. On April 26, 2017, China launched its second aircraft carrier, the Shandong, for the People's Liberation Army Navy of the People's Republic of China, 5 years after commissioning its first, the Liaoning. The Shandong, unlike her Soviet-made predecessor, is China's first domestically built carrier. Both carriers are comparable in size and employ a short takeoff but arrested recovery system for aircraft launch and recovery. Although identical to the Liaoning, the Shandong has several significant improvements and constitutes a major step forward in China's expanding aircraft carrier program. It is approximately 305 meters long and weighs around 55,000 tons. As previously noted, China operates two aircraft carriers, the Liaoning and the Shandong. The building of China's third aircraft carrier, known as Type 003, on the other hand, is progressing well. This carrier might be launched as early as February of next year. As a result, expect a different ranking in the next few years. Number 4. Queen Elizabeth-class United Kingdom. There are two aircraft carriers of the Queen Elizabeth class. HMS Queen Elizabeth, the first of the class, was put down in 2009. It went into service in 2017 and is the biggest aircraft carrier of the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom, as well as the third largest aircraft carrier in the world. HMS Prince of Wales, the sister ship, was put down in 2011 and launched in 2017. The Queen Elizabeth aircraft carriers are the largest warships ever built for the British Navy, as well as the second largest non-US Navy warships behind Japan's Yamato-class battleships. The carrier can travel at a top speed of 25 knots. At 15 knots, the range is 10,000 nautical miles, and the ship carries enough food and fuel to last 7 days between replenishments. Each ship can carry a crew of up to 700 people, with the capacity increasing to 1,600 when aircraft are aboard. Number 3. The Admiral Kuznetsov. Originally the name of the Russian Navy's 5th Kirov-class battlecruiser, which was commissioned in 1991, it is smaller than the American supercarriers, yet it is armed with lethal offensive weaponry. Russia's Kuznetsov-class aircraft carrier is one of the greatest aircraft carriers in service today. The Russian Navy's flagship, the 305-meter-long Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier, has a full load displacement of 58,500 tons. The ship is powered by oil-fired boilers rather than a nuclear reactor. Admiral Kuznetsov's service in the Russian Navy has been marred by several incidents and plane crashes. Russia is struggling to keep its sole aircraft carrier operating. There are no apparent plans in Russia to build a replacement for this ship. The Russian aircraft carrier has been restored, rebuilt, and improved since 2018 to extend its service life. Number 2. The Nimitz-class. The Nimitz-class aircraft carrier is the primary platform used by the United States Navy to project force throughout the world. With a crew of 3,200 sailors and 2,500 airpeople, the 10 carriers of the class are the biggest ships in the world, until the Gerald R. Ford class formally enters the Navy. There were a total of 10 of these supercarriers built, comprising 3 Nimitz-class ships and 7 improved Nimitz-class ships. These are the biggest warships ever built and still in service. They are unquestionably among the greatest of the kind, with all of the characteristics expected of such battleships. While the class's 10th and last ship, the USS George H.W. Bush, was commissioned in January of 2009, not only may these carriers be used for military objectives, but they can also be used to respond to natural disasters. No other fleet in the world possesses such offensive, defensive, and special purpose capabilities. Number 1 on this list is the Ford class. The Ford class is the Nimitz-class's replacement. The USS Gerald Ford is the world's most technologically sophisticated warship. On July 22, 2017, the USS Gerald R. Ford was formally commissioned. These are the largest and most powerful warships ever built, and the U.S. Navy's Ford-class battleships are the world's largest aircraft carriers. The Nimitz and improved Nimitz-class warships will be replaced by these. The Ford-class aircraft carriers will be the backbone of the United States Navy's force projection in the 21st century. The Gerald R. Ford has a full load displacement of 100,000 tons and a 78-meter-wide flight deck with an electromagnetic aircraft launch system and modern arresting gear. Leave a comment in the section down below if you think any of these should have made the list or if you feel we missed any.